Hey everybody, this is the deck tech for UW Ensoul, or in naming terms, BY Ensoul. I've been really surprised about how well this deck has been doing since it cut red. You know, for Shrapnel Blast and the extra reach. But, results speak. This deck has been 5-0 in leagues, top 8 in challenges all over the place. So, I figured it's time to give it its day. At our very heart, we are just a artifact aggro deck, a creature artifact aggro deck, or whatever way you want to say it. Our creature base includes 4 Ornithopter, 4 Bomat Courier, 4 Gingerbrute, and 4 Stonecoil Serpent, and the 1-drops. So, you know, Stonecoil Serpent can always be cast for bigger, keeps its counters. Okay, and our other 1-drop that is not an artifact, one of the few non-artifacts in the deck, is Alseid, and we just play it for the additional protection we get out of its activated ability, and they, I think, does come up in some aggro matchups, which we'll get to later. Okay, and as you would guess, the deck, Ensoul Artifact is our next one. Our namesake card, which if you didn't play this in the standard, it was Eagle, or you weren't here at the beginning of the Pioneer. If you don't know what this card does, it just makes any artifact a 5/5 in addition to its other types. Okay, and we get some redundancy in Blackstaff of Waterdeep, which we just got out of the D&D set, which, while it doesn't make me a 5/5, it makes me a 4/4, but can be reused over and over again, which makes it so much better than Ensoul in some matchups, because we don't get blown out so hard about removal. In addition to that redundancy, we also have Audit Getters, which, if you haven't played in Standard, you haven't played in Historic, this card just gives you +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you play, so it counts itself in any other enchantments you have, which I don't think we don't run any in the main deck or side deck. But it counts every single artifact in play, which does mean things like Alseid get bigger and don't have to be an artifact to be ensouled, which means we gain a lot of life in the aggro matchups with that one of. Okay, and the only other creature we are that is not running that is not an artifact is Ingenious Smith, which this card has super surprised me in all of it. It looks very innocuous as a 2-mana 1/1 that just draws a card. We have plenty of those, but this one grows every turn, every time an artifact enters the battlefield under our control, which means our land drops, our creatures, or just random artifacts we play. Gets bigger and bigger every turn, even though it is a tiny bit slow since it is limited to once per turn. Okay, in our small equipment package, we have 4 Ghostfire Blade and then 1 Shadowspear. This card has been bumping up in Pioneer and in Modern if you haven't seen that. Shadowspear just gives something trample with the lifelink and removes indestructible and hexproof for a turn for 1 mana, and it crits for 2. Super versatile, super good card, great at making up board states when you have a 5/5 or bigger. Ghostfire Blade is a cute one out of cons. It's technically an artifact that costs 1 and equips for 3, but its other ability makes it cost 1 for every creature on a deck except for Ingenious Smith and Alseid. Okay, and it gives the equipped creature +2/+2. Keep in mind, when we look into our mana base, you will see stuff like Mutavault, which it does work with, though it does fall off in their turn for those rule areas. Okay. So, speaking of our mana base, we also have 4 Darksteel Citadel and 1 Treasure Vault as artifact ends that can be animated using Ensoul Artifact and Blackstaff. The important thing to note where Darksteel shines in this aspect is it gets to keep its indestructibility. So, it gets removal matchups. 9 times out of 10, they just can't kill this without some kind of board wipe like Shadow's Verdict. So, super greedy in those matchups. Treasure Vault, artifact end, but it's lacking the extra push of indestructible like the other one does. But it's kind of free as a one-of since 90% of our spells are just couriers. Okay, and in our sideboard, we have Hope for all the enchantments. This card's great against broadcasts. It's great against aggro. It's great against an attic. Super great card. Only has a one of them. Portable Claws, another card against broadcasts. Also just kills any aggro decks. 1 mana, kill your 2-drop. 1 mana, kill your 1/1. All over the place. And non-yen permanent hits so much in the format, it's great. Then we have Glass Casket that only hits creatures, but it hits up to 3 mana value, what the new term is. So it's super good. And keep in mind, these are both artifacts, so they can be ensouled, backstaffed, and any of the 2. Okay, then we get our best card. No, not to our best card yet. Our second best card is Hushbringer, which cuts off things like Apparition, which are just killer towards us just because they're able to answer everything. And if you've ever had a Stonecoil Serpent apparition, it doesn't matter. It comes back as a 0 no matter what you paid for it. I'm sorry to let you know. Okay, and then our best card, and the best view card printed within, best unbanned view card that's been printed in the last few years. Mystical Dispute, which is just 1 mana, half the time counter abuse spell. Really what it does, it's 3 mana, it's 3 mana mana ink, except when it counters abuse spell, which says it costs 2 yes. So 1 mana mana ink versus Abuse. Super good card. If you haven't seen this card, I doubt you've been playing Magic for very long. Then we get Stubborn Nutcon's card that's super cool in this deck. Hey, your non-creature spell? Sorry, it's either getting Censored for 1 mana, or you're just countering it as a 1 mana counter spell. Whenever we have an Ensoul Artifact on there. This counters wipes, this counts Planeswalkers, this counts targeted removal. Super good in this deck. I love it. Sometimes I do love playing 1 main, because 4 power is super easy to get in this deck. Okay, and then we got Stonecoil as one of our graveyard effects. We can cycle with yours, we can just cycle it in general, we can exile our opponent's graveyard. It doesn't affect us for the shenanigans we want to do with our companion. And then, Scrabbling Claws. I don't really know why we're playing this card in this, but this is the one that did run the challenge, so I'm not going to question. They know better than me, I'm going to assume. But just exiles a turn every turn, and when we have to, we can crack it. To exile one of our choice. And then, as always, when we're playing an aggro deck in every format, yours is the Dream Den. Now, that is a little bit of high priority, but I do love this card, though it is a little bit homogenizing sometimes for aggro decks. Okay, I'm going to toss the second game right after this, so I'll see you then. Hey everyone, we're playing, this is game 1 of UW Ensoul. Let's get into it. No blue source for this Ensoul, but we do have turn 2, 3, 3. This seems fine. It's a bit of a risky keep, I won't deny, but we can play everything. Except for that. This guy appears to be red-green, so probably broadcast if I had to guess. Broadcast. Don't have it. If he has it, we want to draw a source off the top. The annoying part is this deck actually has creatures that have haste. Yep, okay, 2-2. You attacking? That's aggressive. Okay. Take 5, opponent. Sadly, yeah, like I said before, there's no point in making this guy unblockable because Gaia has haste. This next turn we can go Gingerbrute, make him a 3-3, and then he has to trade or something if he wants to do anything. Okay. Okay. Got Kathas. Probably do sail for this matchup, opponent. To be honest, that card should probably just be in the sideboard. Yeah, okay. It's probably just Gingerbrute or Crypto. We actually do it here. This way they can't trade. Okay. I don't think there's a way with that heal. Okay. Opponent is playing. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, opponent. I don't think you should be playing that card. Any card that costs more than one with your broadcast feels bad. Yes, it's a ritual, which like Xenagos is. Okay. You gonna shock opponent? Nope. Okay. Hmm. How does this guy walk? We probably just make Darksteel Citadel a creature. Yeah, just make Darksteel Citadel a creature. This way, no matter what. We'll have a 5/5 on the end of this turn. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna assign damage like this. That way, this guy doesn't die. And so next turn we can get in with this guy. We can get in with Gingerbrute. Because now we can Darksteel Citadel equipped onto Gingerbrute and attack for Ethel. As long as they don't play a haste this turn. Okay. Doesn't matter. That one matters. Let's see if he attacks though. If he attacks, he's dead. Opponent, you're dead on board. Okay. He doesn't see it, guys. Go down to 6. Okay, opponent. Okay. Got though. Let's go to sideboard him. Okay, versus them. The Eye of Hope. Portable Hole. Okay, and what do we want out? They're becoming more of a control deck here. And they're going to be on the play, so we probably want to cut an all of the others. Yeah. We'll just cut all together here. Oh crap. I did not mean to. Well, I have made a mistake. I don't know how that got connected to the Graveyard Hate, but we'll see how this goes. Very east. Okay, we got the Eye of Hope. We just won't ever play this, and our opponent won't ever notice. No creatures, though, Morgan. This hand seems great. Turn 1 this, turn 2, turn 1 Bomat, turn 2 Ingenious Smith. Yeah. Actually, it's probably turn 1 Stonecoil. Stonecoil is the best one here. Keep Eye of Hope in case they have their nut start. And let's hope we don't draw any of those cards we sideboarded in on accident with our... for bad cards. I tell you, back when I first started playing on Moto, I was playing this deck. And you don't know how many times I accidentally cast this Serpent for 0. So many times. And it's never have happened more than once. Hmm. Go ahead and get this out there for next turn and pass. Like, this is very much just showing we have some interaction here. Go ahead and time walk our opponent. That's the big fail. Let's see what they play after this. Probably nothing, to be honest. Okay. And our opponent does not want to play anymore. And he never got to see our mistake. Okay. Let's get a match 2 in the next video.